And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
On Wednesday nights, 8:15, 17, somewhere around there. Hey, in the ballpark. We are back. Talk some more Giants. Lou is back from being on assignment at the Super Bowl. Look at that, man. Hey, got to take care of business, right, Lou?
Got to pay the bills somehow. Got to pay the bills. You got to remember, my contract here doesn't go until the season starts. So, I'm getting practice just like the major leaguers till the season starts. No, there and guys, it was an amazing Super Bowl. I got some photos that Eric will put up. Yep. We can talk later, but we're here for about Giants baseball, spring training, some a big signing today, not with the Giants, but it'll be interesting to go over. And it's baseball, spring training. It's just sort of the little tease at spring training. Yeah. And what's amazing is you look down, that's February 11th this weekend. It's going to be Sunday's the 14th, and all of a sudden we're a month away from our get together where we get to meet the chat at Tommy's Mexican Restaurant. So it's going to be here before you know it. I'm excited.
It will be
good to be back.
It's gonna fly by, right? You got pitchers and catchers just reported, right? Before you know it, they're going to play games. Then it's going to be WBC, and then right before you know it, March 25th. First game of the season, first game of the major league season is going to be Giants and Yankees at Oracle Park.
Yep.
And then, of course, a nice little shindig, a little bit about 10 days or so before that. Man, it's going to be a lot of damn fun. I tell you,
yeah,
I cannot.
6 weeks from 6 weeks from tonight will be the opening.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
I tell you, it's gonna be here before you know it. And
a lot of news today for spring training.
A lot of news.
For only a couple of days, so. That's what makes our show exciting. And then it can happen any night of the week.
That's a fact. In the spring training, you never know. And look, today, right, we got the title of this, the show is going to be about storylines, right? And the storylines are going to vary, throughout spring training, throughout the season. Storylines are going to maybe be the same, maybe change a little bit. But the three that I want to hit tonight is going to be Tony Vitello, Luis Arraez, and then Bryce Eldridge, right? Those are the guys I want to talk about. Interesting comments coming from both Arraez and Vitello yesterday. And then some news today with Bryce Eldridge being spotted with an outfielder's mitt. How about that? And shagging some fly balls out there. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Some interesting comments from Buster Posey. John Shea, again, I linked the article from the San Francisco Standard in the description. So if you guys want to go take a look at what John Shea had to read, we'll take it. And again, he's a great baseball writer for the San Francisco Bay Area. So go take a look at it and read at your leisure. But I'll be bringing it up and we'll talk about it. Hopefully,
I like John Shea. He speaks like a fan for the fans, and unlike Susan and Alex, he's not really on the Giants' payroll at all because he speaks from the heart. He speaks as a fan, and that's why I really enjoy him. And he's old school, and he's good friends with Marty. So if he's good friends with Marty, he's good friends with me.
Yeah, there you go. What's up, MR? What's up, DL Meta? What is up, dude? That's our good friend. I think he's up north, right? You're in Washington, if I'm not mistaken. But first things first, right? Let's get some of this baseball news out. There's a couple of things. Well, first, Chris Bassett signed with the Orioles, $18 million on a one-year contract. A little bit steep, I thought, but again, it's like I think you mentioned it. It's 1 year, which is fine. And we got freaking people busting up their hamate bones all over the place. Three guys. Lindor is going to be out. Corbin Carroll is going to be out. I can't remember who the hell the third guy is, But man, he got freaking hamate bones. Remember when Pablo, he had to get both of his on both hands since he's a switch hitter. But so yeah, we got some guys already going down for the count. Armand, I see you out there. You gotta tell us how you feel about Lindor going down. How's that gonna feel? Holiday, there you go. Holiday is the other one. So, man, a lot of guys. I haven't heard whether or not he's going to have surgery. Has there been an announcement as far as Holiday? Corbin Carroll, I know, went under the knife already, I believe. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, I tell you, it never ceases to have, or it never ceases to fail. There's always some kind of weird injury in spring training for a certain club, and then they gotta figure out how they're gonna patch that together, depending on the severity of the injury, of course, and see how they rectify that. But man, I tell you, Lou, when's the last time you went down to spring training? Have you ever been down there?
I have. In case some of you guys don't know, I attended the University of Arizona in Tucson, but Phoenix is about 75, 80 miles away. But I used to go to spring training a lot. You guys got to remember when I went to school, and if you remember probably the greatest baseball movie of all time. No, not Bad News Bears. Major League. That was actually filmed in Tucson because when spring training was the Tucson Toros, the spring training for the Cleveland. So we used to have that, but I used to go to Scottsdale a lot at old Giant Stadium. And it was back then, it's not like it is now. Now it's purely a business. It gets packed on the weekends. Bear down. Don't worry about the loss the other night. We needed it. But Fernando, bear down. There you go, the Wildcat. Yeah, spring training is a lot of fun. I always recommend, going with some buddies and just having fun. That's what it's all about. Boy, we got another bear downer. Yeah.
Look at this, man.
I got out 89. TBD, I got out 89. So I'll just give a little history. I was there with Tom Tolbert, Steve Kerr, Sean Elliott. So it was one of those things. Of course, Revenge of the Nerds was filmed in 1980 at U of A during the summer.
Oh, no kidding.
So, yeah. So the home of the Adams was actually U of A since they already had but yeah, spring training is a lot of fun. The only thing about spring training is you got to go and enjoy it because you might see some of the stars that you want to see, maybe 2 innings, maybe one at bat. Because a lot of times once they go out, they're running down. They're doing stairs. They're doing other stuff trying to get ready for opening day, basically, is what I'm saying. Because you get a lot of guys with numbers, but you don't know who they are, like 98, 75 pitching. But, hey, it's fun time. I always recommend it. And usually it's great weather, so it's a good time. And, of course, we know they're back when a little bit older, the Dodgers were actually in the Grapefruit League. So they used to play in Florida. Correct. And now, they're now out here. So
Dodger Town, right? Isn't that what it was?
It's really become a big business. I mean, the tickets aren't really the tough parts. It's hotels. Hotels are expensive. Southwest flights are expensive. So most importantly, just if you're going to go down, everyone's going to party. Come on. I know how it is at the games, fun. And I always recommend if you don't really have much money, just go sit in the bleachers, basically, and the outfield. You can sit on the grass, have drinks. And a lot of Giant fans go. So yeah,
they do.
Eric, as for your question, good time.
Yeah, there we go. Fuji Simeon, $2. Thank you, sir. Don't forget, Kenny Lofton also went to U of A.
He actually played basketball and baseball at U of A.
There you go. TBD said he saw Kenny Lofton play for the Tucson Toros.
Yeah, little Kenny Lofton they called him but the guy was a stud. He was, how Bo Jackson played both sports. We all know about primetime, but he was smart. He signed a 4-year deal, $10 million to play baseball instead of going to basketball.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
and hey, turned out well for him.
Kenny Lofton, still 7 straight years in the Major League Baseball playoffs with 6 teams. So I think he made the right choice.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Mitt, by the time. Hey, Mitt, welcome to the Fantasy Baseball League of Giant Sports. He joined up. Mitt Lab did, so it should be a lot of fun.
Welcome.
Yeah, awesome. But anyways, let's talk about the Giants. Look, pitchers and catchers report. They had Vitello had his first scrum, his media scrum yesterday. Had a bunch of people. Marty was there talking to him. of course, all the other national news was there. Barry Bloom and Bob Nightingale, Ken Rosenthal, they were all there to take a look at what's going on with Tony Vitello. He's going to be a story. I think Marty has said that he's going to be a story throughout the season for the simple fact, he's kind of breaking a barrier, so to speak, the first collegiate manager to transfer into the major leagues with no major league experience whatsoever. So again, it's going to be one of these storylines. It's going to be interesting to see how he does. He's got a strong look, and they finally announced the coaching staff.
Finally, Mike. And by the way, it wasn't just one or two. All of a sudden, I look and there's like 8 coaches that he announced.
Yeah, so they announced the whole staff, and look, the staff is pretty well built. I mean, he's got a little bit of everything, right? A sprinkling of some veterans, a sprinkling of some new guys. I mean, you got people from the ages of 33 up to 73. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. You're going to have a whole mix of different people, and we'll see how he does. Look, once games start getting played, and here's the thing, right? As far as Tony Vitello, how is he going to be in decision-making during a baseball game, right? It's a little bit different, right? It's a little bit different. It comes at you fast. The game's faster than it is at the college level. You're going to have 40,000 people watching you and watching every decision, not to mention the millions and millions of people watching on the TV to see, what he's going to do. So, and look,
mistakes are going to happen. I mean, if you remember when Mattingly was a Dodger manager and he stepped off the mound and then turned around, Bochy goes, "Hey, that's 2." He took 2 trips to the mound. And that was like,
and you had to yank the pitcher.
And you had to yank the pitcher. So things are going to happen, so everyone, we just got to be patient. I just think the one thing about Tony, and I know I bought it up in Glenn, the first 6 weeks is pretty rough. It's not like we have really some walkovers. So you're really going to see instantly how is he going to handle pressure, things against him, a lot more games on the road, and it's just different. You got to remember, he's coming from a place where SEC, he had one of the 3 best teams. Mm-hmm. Also, I think another big thing, no more aluminum bats. So, you might think you have a good player, but it's such a big adjustment going from aluminum bats where if you make a pitcher make a mistake, you can make him pay for a wood. He had a couple guys that could hit the long ball. The Giants don't really have guys that hit the long ball. So it's a completely different thing. But, I'm excited, something new, and I'm a lot more excited than if we stuck with Melvin. Let me put it that way.
That's fair.
So, you got to see something. So just Giant fans have to be patient. I know we don't have the most because once the season starts, we want to win. But, it's going to be a little struggle. But you know what? It's going to be fun, and that's what we're here for. We'll be here every night after every game possible. And that's why it's called Giant Sports Talk Live, not, hey, winning San Francisco baseball. And, the one thing about us, hey, guys, we're going to be here if we win or if we lose. And that's what it's all about.
Yep. We'll be here talking about it. That's baseball, right? It's about having that conversation. You mentioned, high stress situations. Well, a lot of that's going to come towards, the end of the game. Marty brought up a great scenario. What's he going to do? What you gonna do? Look at this. They're coming all over the place. If it's in the 6th inning, the bases are loaded and you got 1 out, who do you go to in the bullpen? That's going to be the big decisions. And look, Bruce Bochy, Dusty Baker ain't going to be there. Sure, you're going to have the advice of Tingler and Ron Washington, but you got to make those decisions now, right? And hopefully you're game planning ahead of time, hey, because again, it's situational. You might want to have a lefty rather than a righty or vice versa. So you got to make sure you got the guys available. So when you do make that move, hey, it's going to work out. And look, a lot of times they do, a lot of times they don't, but it's going to be interesting. And look, and that's for a whole 162 games, right?
And Eric, during spring training, with the new rules going the regular season, is that effective in spring training too? The new strike zone where you can appeal? Maybe. I don't know, but that's something where, you got to get used to that. There's spring training is so different than regular season. Now, I know last year everyone was excited because the Giants had the best record and we came out good. But remember, spring training is just getting people ready for the season. So at the same time, don't get excited if we go 10-2, and don't be depressed if we go 2-10. It's just guys getting work, getting in shape. It's like spring, preseason football. Nobody cares about preseason. Baseball is a little bit different because it's a little bit longer, and also you're going to be affected because of the WBC. So, but
exactly. Hey, DL, man, donates $10. Thanks, DL. Appreciate that. I'm actually really excited for the season. Not that I think the Giants are going to blow anyone away and win the division, just miss some good old baseball. That is a fact. DL, that's right. I mean, we'll sit there. We've talked about the Giants over and over in the offseason, and there's still some issues out there, specifically with the bullpen, right? And of course the rotation. I've already made my thoughts known on that. So yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. I'm ready for freaking baseball, man. Honestly, I am.
Are you aware that the World Series was over almost 4 months ago?
That's crazy. Do you see how quick that went?
Quick it goes? Yeah, because the playoffs were phenomenal. We talked about it, but hey guys, this year, on Giant Sports Talk Live, I'm really glad to be here because guys, we're gonna have so much fun. We got the little get together where Glenn wants to try to do something for opening night. We're probably going to do once every other month. We're going to have a sit down or get together with people, and we're going to be at a lot of the games. So we'll let you guys know when we're there, and definitely come down. And I spoke to Eric today, where we're actually going to meet Anonymous. Oh, his buddy. He's giving it to a buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna. I know.
We decided what game we're going to do now, and we're going to have another giveaway where we're going to do squares for a special occasion. And most importantly, guys, the one great thing, unlike football, where I think gambling is sort of ruined talking about football, baseball, you don't really gamble on. We're just there for the love of the sport. And I think that's what makes it so unique.
Exactly.
And baseball can change in the blink of an eye. And that's what makes it so awesome.
And what's incredible is it's so long that you could have a horrible April, but then all of a sudden you could have a great May and June, then you could have a horrible July. And then, it's just, and
that's what's so great about baseball. You can come off a horrible 3-game streak like last year, say we lose to the Marlins, and the next game we hit 4 homers, and all of a sudden you forget about those 3. You're now trying to win the next game to get a winning streak. It's just amazing. And there's nothing like it, having a drink, a hot dog, and seeing live baseball. Nothing
exactly.
Like it.
There's Willem is here. Is that Willem? Is it Willem Dafoe? Willem Dafoe. Look at that.
I'm a huge fan.
A friend of the show, Willem Dafoe, is here. Says, I need baseball right now, man. Everything is going bad. Come on. What's going bad? Come on, man.
The Olympics.
TV. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is fact. This is fact. This is a fact. World Series was so much better. I would say so much better than the Super Bowl. Without a doubt, there's no way anyone could sit there and say that the Super Bowl was better than the World Series. World Series was absolutely incredible.
The whole playoffs were phenomenal.
Yeah,
they were.
It was. And then it capped it off with just an amazing Game 7 freaking World Series. I mean, come on, man.
And you remember the homer in the 8th. It was like they were 1 out away. I mean, it was just unbelievable. It was just unbelievable. Exactly. That's and baseball needs more like that. When you think of last season with the Giants inside the park, 3-run homer was still pretty dramatic. The Dodgers, when they came to town, was dramatic. And, it's just baseball is so unique because I think what makes baseball, unlike any other sport, a lot of us probably played it when we were young, T-ball, softball, high school, and everything. But we never lost about it, and it's a daily thing. Opening day is like a shrine. Opening day, everyone usually knows about. And then it's every day. It never stops. I mean, when you have an off day, you appreciate it because we just need a break. But it's every day, guys. And then you look ahead. You look behind. You look ahead. How was today's game? And there's nothing better like when, you come off a dramatic game to talk with your buddies about that game. And that's what just makes baseball so unique.
It's so much fun, man. I don't want to mean to keep repeating myself, but it's so much fun because it just fosters that communication and that interaction between people and enjoying a game we love. Hey, C. Davis, you say you like fantasy baseball? Well, send an email to Giant Sports Talk Live. If you're interested, we're getting a league going together. The entrance fee is going to be $30 and we'll have a lot of fun. So that's what's important. So C. Davis, if you're interested, there you go, man. Giants Sports Talk Live at gmail.com. There you go. All right, let's get into this too. Luis Arraez, man. Did you get a chance to listen to what he had to say in his little media scrum?
I just heard snippets. I didn't hear the whole thing, but I did. Like, if you guys listened to Giant Sports Talk Live 2 weeks ago, when he signed, we kept telling you guys he had an injury. He didn't really talk much about it, but he did talk about it yesterday. So, Eric, why don't you talk more about it? And if you know this and you realize he still had a great year, I'm really now excited.
Yeah, and hey,
about him.
And just to touch on this before I get to this chat here, you sent an interesting story. He had a concussion last year. And that's another thing, guys, and we'll talk about a little bit more. Sometimes guys have injuries throughout a season, and they may not be up to their, quote-unquote, their standard, but they're not going to come out and say it. They're going to own it. They're going to still say, hey, I should be out there and playing, even though they're fighting through something, and we just don't know. Mitt Lab, we'll figure that one all out here pretty soon. We got it figured out last year. We're going to do the same thing as we did last year. It worked out really well. We'll just use Venmo. It's so much easier. Hey, check this out, BJ. Yeah. I got to get to this. Number one fan from Costa Rica. Woo! Look at man, I tell you, we are over in the UK. We're in Canada. We're in Japan. And now we are down south in Costa Rica. I will see the Giants versus the Mets in September. Right on, man.
Where'd it go?
Right on.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right. Hey, maybe we need to attend a game on that same day, and I'll meet you, man. I'll go out there and freaking meet you for a game. Hell yeah, dude. That'll be a lot of fun. Right on. Look at that. Yeah. We got Giants fans all over the place. As a matter of fact, there was a comment in our last video. There's a guy out there from Georgia saying he loves the show and he's a big Giants fan. So there you go, man. Come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! So BJ, let's see what we got here. Let's see what he's saying here. I was hoping for a better season for Fitzgerald, but I don't think we'll see him around with Arraez there. Yeah, then maybe. He is definitely the odd man out, so to speak, and we'll talk about that. But Arraez, let's talk about Arraez, man. Dude, I tell you what, I like what he had to say. The guy's got some moxie, some confidence.
Yeah.
He doesn't care who the hell he's facing against. You know what he's going to be doing? He's going to be out there, and it doesn't matter who's on the mound. It doesn't matter what count he has. He's going to go out there and get a hit. He said that. I don't care if it's Cy Young and I got 2 strikes. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go get me a base hit. It's freaking awesome.
Did you see what else he said, Eric? I don't strike out.
I don't strike out. I love it, dude. Come on, man. This is something
a professional hitter, something we haven't seen. You guys think we might have seen good hitters? Now we got a guy that actually can spray the ball.
And we're going to see him every day, Blue, and that's the thing, right?
And he's going to make this ballpark look small because he's going to hit him in the gap. He'll use sort of like how we have Fenway with the Green Monster. He'll use the right field to his advantage. The brick wall. You know, I was trying to think of the Stairway 5 or whatever. But this guy's a professional hitter. Give him a little time. He's going to be spraying the ball, and you guys might not think it's much. But throughout the last probably month and a half with all these signings, we've said one thing. Giants last year with runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs, were brutal. If they would have gotten probably, instead of probably 5 for like 60, if they would have got maybe 6 more hits, that probably leads to 4 more wins. And Eric, if we would have had 4 more wins last year, we would have been in the playoffs.
Yep, that's a fact.
You know. But you have a guy that's reliable, too. That's the other thing. He's done it. Dude, this guy won 3 batting titles on 3 different teams in 3 different years.
I know.
Okay, now here's the other thing. With his concussion, maybe that is why his defense was And even
Could
I
be.
know you guys think it's worse. Maybe, it's one of those things. But unlike a football player that, you get a concussion, you got to go through all these tests. Baseball players, sorry, they just say, I'll take the day off. I'll wear the glasses. But that's what a gamer does. Not gamer babe, but a real gamer does. And this guy, all he wanted to do is to show people you guys are wrong. I can still hit, and I'll play second base. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He talked about that too. He says, he said that like 3 to 4 different times. I want to play second base. I want to show that I can play second base. He said he worked on it in the offseason. He said he worked on it last year as well, but they had him play first base. But he said, and I love what he said. You know what else he said in conjunction with that? That was in the past. I'm here about the now. He's left that behind him, right? He's not carrying that emotional baggage of, hey, they did me dirty, whatever. He's concentrated on wanting to help the team now. And they asked him, hey, where do you want to bat? He goes, 1st, 7th, 8th, 9th, 5th, wherever they want me to bat, I will bat. So,
and Eric, if I remember right, last year he had an off year, but he still batted, I think,
290, right, or something like that.
Yeah, but he only had 24 strikeouts.
That's it.
I'm sorry, that's for the whole season.
Yeah.
Okay, not monthly like the Giants always do. That's one season. I think he went something like 88 straight at bats without striking out. And out of those 88, like 66 of them were 2 strikes, and he didn't do it. So I think that's a big thing. It's one of those things, guys, where, again, this is a guy that's a professional hitter. He can slap. He can hit all fields. We haven't had that. And, I think we talked about that probably since someone like a Will Clark. We're talking probably 20, 30 years.
It's been a while.
Even before when the Giants won the rings, I can't really remember.
Buster Posey.
Like Ellis Burke. Yeah, and then Posey, maybe.
Yeah,
this guy's honestly even a better hitter than Buster.
Right. Right. As far as the contact and seeing the ball and bat to ball skills, absolutely. I mean, it's Aaron Chapman K 24 times in one game. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty damn good. But look, I'm excited about seeing Arraez out there. Yes, is he going to be perfect? Maybe not, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah, Glenn's going to join us. He's taking care of his radio stuff today.
Did you see he's going to change his number?
Number 1.
Because he thinks
I like it.
You got to have kahunas for that. I like it.
I love it, man. Hey, I'm number 1, man. I dig it. I dig it. And look, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think, who was it? God, I can't remember. Was it you, Harish? Harish might have said it. This is the best lineup. This is the best Giants lineup in some time. And to be honest with you, it's hard to disagree with that. The lineup, I feel pretty good with the lineup. I do. And I've been saying this, for quite the signing of Arraez. I was like, you know what? This is pretty good. This is pretty good. Now, when we start talking about pitching, dude, and here's another thing. And again, kind of go back to Vitello. Are you setting up Vitello with some success when you really have a little bit of holes with the bullpen? Yeah, they're going to have a competition. There's no doubt about it. And that's the thing. There's going to be no competition for the rotation. It's set. It's Webb, it's Ray, it's Hauser, it's Malley, and it's Roop. Though that is your rotation. There's no competition for the rotation. The competition is going to be for that bullpen. And who's going to make it and who's not, that's going to be fun to watch. But that being said, is it giving Vitello I'm trying not to put these guys down, but are they giving him really good options late in the game? Because for all intents and purposes, Lou, Ryan Walker is gonna be closing games for the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah,
at least to start. And oh man, look, that guy just had no command line. He was hitting. How many, dude? Without a fail. Every time he would hit one guy every time he came out.
Yeah. And he was really Jekyll and Hyde. He would go 7 pitches, get 3 guys out. And then the next 2 performances, he would be 27 pitches in, bases loaded, giving up a run. It's like, my God, is this guy the same guy? And really, you know within 2 batters if he's on. You really knew.
Yeah.
Like if he walked a guy on 4 pitch, he said, all right, get somebody up. Or he would hit somebody. And the worst part about him hitting, Eric, is a lot of times it'd be like an 0-2 count. And then he hit somebody and then he couldn't get it back.
Yep. The last Giant to win whoa, that's not the one. Where the hell was I? I hit the wrong one. There.
Why?
Question for you. Who's the last Giant to win a batting title? If I'm not mistaken, Buster Posey.
Yeah.
But remember, it wasn't supposed to be Buster Posey. You know who it was supposed to be? Melky Cabrera. Remember? And then he got suspended, and he still would have won. Look, he still could have collected that award, but he gave it up because, again, he got popped for freaking PEDs in 2012. And
he carried us the whole first half, and he did. Was MVP of the All-Star game. People forget that.
He was. Dude, he was a hitting machine. Dude, that guy was good. Granted, he was having some help. He was having some. Now, whatever, I'm not going to even get into it. But yeah, he was a hitting machine, and the thing is it was doubles and triples. And I mean, dude, that was some beautiful baseball in the beginning of 2020.
And it was clutch.
Yes. Absolutely. So let's see what happens. Let's see how this pans out, and we'll go from there. All right. Let's get into this. Let's just bring up the article. Let's bring up the article again. John Shea from the San Francisco Standard. If you check the description box below, you will see a link to the story. Let's see what John Shea had to say. I hope it doesn't die on me. Buster Posey is done shopping and ready to embrace competitions at Giants camp. Tony Vitello's team needs young players to step into prominent roles, including Bryce Eldridge, who spent time shagging in the outfield on Wednesday, which is, well, today. Let's see what he has to say here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Buster Posey isn't desperate looking to enhance the Giants' roster. Instead, he's focusing how best to utilize the players already in-house. All right. All right, I'm not going to even get into I'm not going to get into free agency. It's done. It is what it is. And whatever. Let's get to the important stuff here. Okay. Talking about pitching. I don't care about pitching right now. Here we go. Yeah, let's go. All right, here we go. Let's get into the issue at hand. The biggest question on the position player side is what to do with the top prospect, Bryce Eldridge. 6'7" slugger who won't be the full-time first baseman because that's Rafael Devers' position. Eldridge could be the designated hitter or start in AAA for further seasoning. Based on Posey's sentiments, it wouldn't be a surprise if the 21-year-old broke camp as a Sacramento Rivercat. I think it's really important for him to understand that he's still pretty young in his career. Again, this is Buster Posey, in quotes, guys, okay? Coming straight from the man himself. And that we all hope he's going to be the guy that carries the offense one day. Posey said, but I don't think that's any of our expectations right now. We hope. That'd be great if he decided that now is the time to do that. But for him, just to continue to work in all facets of his game is the most important thing. On the backfield at Scottsdale Stadium on Wednesday, Eldridge was seen shagging in the left field during batting practice. He later said Vitello told him to work on tracking the flight of the ball in both left and right, just in case, because emergency situations can come up. His mom shipping his glove. Let's see. The Giants tried him in right field his first year in the pro ball, but canceled that experiment and moved him to first base. All right. Well, why would you cancel that? I don't know. I don't know if anyone asked that question. I was kind of just running around there, Eldridge said of his Wednesday experience. I would run for one, then I saw another one in the air and go sprint. Gilbert is like, dude, just take a rep. Take it seriously. Go reset. I was kind of out there doing cardio. Eldridge's defense won't get him a full-time job in the bigs. It's mostly about his bat. But Posey is hoping all aspects can materialize. It's really just all-encompassing playing well, Posey said. It's defense. It's base running. It's obviously the offensive side of it. So to me, somebody that has the potential, the ceiling that he has, you're hoping to see little strides forward in every part of his game. All right. So that's it so I don't know. Lou, reading this article, hearing what has been said about his defense and base running in the past, I would not be surprised if he starts in Sacramento. And honestly, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I want that kid. He's 21 years old. There's no rush. Why rush him into the big leagues when he's just not ready? And again, all aspects of the game. Sacramento, go work on your thing and then go from there. What do you think, Lou?
Two things. One is there is no rush because maybe there's no room for him, right? Where I think he gets the point, slapped on the back. Hey, we need you to do this, do this, do this. You could tell last year he struggled a little bit, but right now it's not like we need him, okay? What we need is Eldridge to get confidence, be a super utility player, which sounds like they're working on. And most importantly is we need him to be what we expect him to be. It doesn't matter if he can't do it now. If he can go in spring training, get the confidence, and then help us mid-season, that's almost like us making a trade where, oh my God, look at the bat we got.
That's fair.
And I think it's one of those things where the other thing I do like about it is Eldridge. Last time I look, it's pitchers and catchers. It's not all position players there. So he's down there early,
which is
doing
good.
Whatever it takes, because a lot of times these guys, big egos, young, that have been told you're the greatest, they're the last guys to arrive, not a week early. So, I give Eldridge credit. The other thing too is, like I said, he's 19, 20. Sometimes it takes time. Here's my thing. They're doing this for a couple of reasons. Try the outfield. And you're saying, why? Does anybody remember who our outfielder was when we won in 2012? It was actually a first baseman who was playing in AAA that we had to bring up.
Yeah.
So, I like Buster and Tony V thinking of the long haul, not just like right now. And that's really what we need. When the Giants were successful in 10, 12, and 14, it was egos down. We play to win. And that's what they're doing, and I give Eldridge a lot of credit because, guys, last year, I've never seen a guy just come up from AAA where there was so much press. And then we got all we talked about. I am wearing it. Yeah, this is Tommy's 55. Good call. What I was is all he had was a grounder. And then I remember one of our guys, another show said, yeah, but he had a shot to center field. The ball wasn't close. I mean, that's how much pressure this guy has on. So I think another year. Also, you got to remember, guys, brand new manager. So he expects a lot different than Melvin. So, maybe that's why Tony's V's telling him, I sort of like Tony V. He's a new guy saying, hey, I don't give a shit who you are. Dude, be serious about this. If not, you know what? Come back next week. And I like that. That's where a manager's got to be the point. He's your friend, but he's also your boss. And I think,
and you know what? To your point, Lou, Vitello had interesting comments about Bryce Eldridge as well. As a I stopped for a minute. He is not mature as a baseball player. He's mature as a human being, right? They said he's wise beyond his years, and this is not a knock against the man, not at all, not in any way, shape, or form. He's just saying, as far as a major league baseball player, he still has to work on some things, and that's fine. That's okay. Look, he's 21 years old. There's no reason why we should be heaping too much on this kid. Let's let him develop into a baseball player. So when he does get his chance, right, that he's going to come out here and excel. Give him the best opportunity to be the best person. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, he'd be a junior in college.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
right.
just to show you guys,
Right.
So give him a little bit of time. You guys got to remember, guys like Matt Williams, except for like Will Clark, even Buster, if you guys remember, it wasn't like he got drafted and he went right to the majors. He was in AAA. They realized what they had, but he also had a great mentor in Benji Molina. He had Molina in front of him, so he learned the tricks. He did it all. Really, when you look at first base, who has Eldridge protege been? Who's been our great first baseman? There really hasn't been. You know what I mean? We've had different people. So, just let him earn his wings. And what's funny is a lot of these guys are successful. They don't talk about the first 2-3 years because remember, when you're in the majors, it's the creme of la creme pitchers. It's not like AA or AAA where guys are trying to get, but these guys are the best. And, a lot of times great pitching is going to affect great hitting. So just give the guy time. Not a problem.
And to that point, Lou, and I can't remember who said it, but when you got these prospects facing AA and AAA players, you're going to face a couple of studs, but the other guys are just kind of filling roster spots, right? When you get to the major leagues, you're as you said, this is the best in the world. The best in the world is what you're facing up against when you get to the major leagues. So it's not easy. So again, just let him cook, let him, develop into the best Bryce Eldridge that he can be, and then let him come up and freaking tear it up, right? That's what you do. Again, this is not a knock on Bryce Eldridge in any way, shape, or form. I just want him to be able to contribute to the club in a way that, it helps him and the club. Because otherwise, what's going to happen? He's going to go down to AAA anyways, right? So we'll see what happens. And we're hearing it from the man himself, Buster Posey. So we'll see where this goes. If he has a strong spring training, hey, who knows? You know how that works, right? All of a sudden, if you have this magnificent spring training, you may be able to find a roster spot. But we'll see how that all plays out.
Like when Brandon Belt got called up, go grab a bear, from both.
Right. Right.
But it's, again, the guy's young. If he can be what we all hope he can be, it doesn't matter if it's not this year or next year. He just got to get to that level. So whatever it takes, we got to be patient.
Yeah, it is. No doubt about it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be fun to watch. Again, it's a storyline. Arraez, going to be a storyline in spring training and also during the season. Tony Vitello, going to be a storyline. Spring training and the rest of baseball. And the same goes for Eldridge.
Whole season with the Giants. Whole spring
and
training.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that because our next show, I think that's what I want to focus on. Hey, what is this? Who's this? The Orange Sea Lion. I haven't seen you in it for. Hello, guys. I'm wanting a 2020 season. That would be interesting. How about that one?
Lee's another one.
How about that one? If he goes 2020, wow, dude. That's going to be huge. If
now you're talking, we actually have a lineup that can carry a bullpen that we're expecting. Right. You know what I mean? We're now expecting if Jung Hoo Lee can go 2020, and then you got Arraez hitting, and then Devers not striking out but hitting. Now we're talking about a team, because last year it seemed like we would always be 2-3 runs. Now we're talking 4-5 runs a game. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing the difference when the Giants only scored 3 runs, our record, what our record was when we scored 4, and what we were when we scored 5 or more. It's just baseball in general. So. Yeah,
and one-run games, I don't think the Giants were that great. I can't remember offhand. Yeah. I'm just going off memory, so I don't think it was very good. But what I was talking about on Friday, I want to do a show specifically on Rafael Devers. He is being lost in the limelight. This is the superstar, and nobody is talking about him. Nobody. And granted, I thought the focus this year should have been pitching. Don't get me wrong, but I'm in there too. Where's the talk about Rafael Devers? We're going to have a full year of Rafi Devers on the San Francisco Giants. This guy is the Giants superstar, period. Superstar. The Giants only got, if you want to say superstar, Giants only got 2 of them. That is Logan Webb and Rafi Devers. Those are your superstars, right? So we need to talk about them. We need to talk about what is he going to do? He's going to be right in the middle of that lineup. He's going to be playing first base. Again, he finished up the season playing first base pretty nicely. And I got a feeling it's probably going to get even better now that you got Ron Washington over there helping all the infielders. I tell you what, man, I'm looking forward to seeing a full year of Rafi Devers. And he's kind of getting – we need to talk about him more. Come on, guys. This is the Giants traded him for him last year. It was a coup. I mean, unbelievable. None of the guys that the Giants traded away are even with the Boston Red Sox anymore.
What were his stats for the year, Eric? What were his stats? I forgot. I mean, how many homers did this guy hit? What, 30?
35.
35, 36?
Right? Or 37. I can't remember. I'll look.
I know he had
what did he do
great RBIs. I mean, my God.
Last year, right? It was a down year. He batted .252, had 35 home runs, 109 RBIs, a .372 on base percentage, and an OPS of 140. So that's pretty damn good.
Beside him, I don't know too many people with 30 homers and 100 RBIs for the Giants for the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, when's the last time the Giants had a now granted, some of those RBIs came from Boston, but as a season, he had 100. When's the last time the Giants had a 100 RBI guy? I don't even know. What was it? Barry Bonds? Who was the last Giant? Look, someone look it out there.
Has it been 20 years for 100 RBIs?
Has it been? Who's the last Giant to have 100 RBIs? Someone look it up. Look it up on Google, man. Who was the last San Francisco Giant to have 100 RBIs? I'm trying to remember offhand.
Yeah.
Did Posey ever have 100 RBIs? I can't remember. I don't know if he did. Oh man, you guys are gonna make me Google this. Hold on. Let me see what we got here. The last San Francisco Giant to have 100. If someone sees it in the chat, let me know.
I know it's not Chapman.
No. No. Let me see. It was Buster Posey, 2012. 2012 is the last time. We're talking freaking, what is that? 14 years ago. Oh my God, man. 2012, Buster Posey had 103. My God. Come on, man. Come on.
And the other great thing about Devers, he lengthens the lineup. I think the biggest problem with the Giants last year is guys were batting probably too high. You know, I don't want to see Chapman batting third or fourth. He's not that type of hitter. You know, fifth or sixth, he's solid, but not third or fourth. You know, you got Devers, where it seemed like he was batting second, third, fourth. I want at least Tony V. You can do something different. Play the guys consistently, 1 through 6. You know, just last year, I mean, my God, somebody talked about 2020 for Jung-Hoo Lee. I think he batted every single position, batting-wise.
I think he did, 1 through 9.
You know what I mean?
I think he
it was
in every
just ridiculous. So we got to do something where, you know, you got to do something where it's consistent. And I think that was something that Melvin did. What too much? I want to do this. Just keep it consistent. Keep it consistent for the fans, so we know.
Exactly. The TB wears duct tape. $5. Thanks for the $5. He says, when are you guys going to collab with Ivan your Dynasty? Dude, great question. Cody's an awesome guy, man. I've worked with him a couple of times. He's a good guy, man. Yeah. I've contacted him a couple of times. I know his schedule gets a little bit funny, and I understand he's got a new kid at home. So I totally understand. Yeah. I would love to have a collab with Cody. He knows his minor league baseball stuff, no doubt. And of course,
he knows. He's the only guy I know. When you have a question about minor leagues, you talk to him.
He knows it.
And he knows everything from rookie ball all the way up.
Yeah, he watches all that stuff. And look, kudos to him to sit there and watch minor league baseball. Thanks for the $5, TB. But yeah, man, Cody's an awesome guy. Awesome guy. And yeah, I would love to freaking work with him and have him come on the show and talk some minor league baseball. Again, and here it's even more important because the Giants farm system is starting to get a little bit better here, right? With the draft picks that the Buster had last year, and then you got these international draft pick guys. It's going to be something, and hopefully it bears fruit for the San Francisco Giants because man, It's been pretty damn dearth down there in the minor leagues, man, and in the farm. So yeah, Cody's
one of those. If you can get one of those guys, say we have 7 guys that we're hoping for. If we can get 1 or 2 and make it to the majors, and they hold their own, that's where you got the extra money to get an ace.
Yeah. Correct.
You know, you can get that big bat because these guys aren't 100%. That expensive. You know, like, you know, we talk about Webb and everyone got upset when Glenn said, oh, you should trade Webb. It's because he's not making that much because they signed him for such a great deal. That's what it's all about, you know. And, you know, hey, it's beginning of year 2 with Buster. We still know there's a long way to go, but I feel better now at this point than we did last year. Because as you know, last year we signed a shortstop. Okay. You know, and we have all these young guys that are going to make it, like, you know, we're 6, 7 deep. This year, it's just feeling a little bit different, Eric. You know, just a little bit different. So, you know, I'm excited. Hey, spring training, WBC, you know, beside March Madness, bring on baseball. You know, I know, man. Every day, MLB Network. Is there something going on I should know about? So, right.
And look at that WBC, it gets things speeded up a little bit more.
Yeah.
The Giants got a bunch of guys that aren't going to be here for very long. Arraez is going to play for Team Columbia, right? And then you got Jung-Hoo Lee, Korea. Of course, Logan Webb going to Team USA. And I don't know. There may be some other guys that are playing too. Ramos going for Team Puerto Rico. That's 4 guys right there that are going to not be on the club. But yeah, I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Baseball, that actually matters. Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what? You know what else is another beautiful thing about the spring? The tequila likes to come out and play. Our proud sponsor, Tommy's Mexican Restaurant, proud sponsor of Giant Sports Talk Live here for the 2026 season. It's great to have him on board. And pretty soon, right? In a little over the month, we're going to have that get together at Tommy's Mexican. It's going to be quite the party. Again,
go to
guys,
FanFest and then come back and meet us at Tommy's.
There you go, man. Go have fun at FanFest at Oracle Park. Then just go right down the road to freaking, what is it, West Geary? And
24th and Gary. 24th and Gary.
There you go. The Orange Sea Lion. We saw his comment earlier, right? He was talking about some stuff. Said, I'm new here, guys. Hey, welcome to the fraternity we call Giant Sports Talk Live. Do we have lives regularly? Don't you know it, my friend? Don't you know it? Just so you know, right now here in the off season, we go 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If any kind of breaking news comes around, we'll come on here and we talk about it. But then once the season begins, you will catch us on here every single night, almost, for every post game. When there's no post game, well, then we don't have a show. Or if there's no game, I should say there's no post game. So yes, we do post games, and hey, we come on here and shoot the shit regularly. It's fun, man. It's good times. Again, welcome to the fraternity, man. You will not be disappointed. You'll have fun. I
look forward to getting Orange Sea Lion after a big Giants win to come on and tell us what he thought of the game. Because
absolutely,
new, we bring the chat on so we can see it, and we have guys that want to talk. And
I'll throw out the link.
Sort of makes it simple. Yeah, exactly.
I'll throw out the link often, and if you want to come and join the show, hey, you're more than welcome to come on here and let us know what you think. So yeah, we have good times here, man. Good times. Hey, Rosemond, appreciate that. Hey, By the way, Orange Sea Lion, just so you know, Rosemont is a Dodger fan. We have a lot of Dodger fans. We have Yankees fans. We have Mets fans. We have Padres fans. Milwaukee Brewer fans. We got them all over the place, man. It's freaking awesome. So again, if that's coming from a Dodger fan, you know, we bring it here, man. It's fun. It's good times, man. Right, Lou? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and then he has another comment, which is sort of clever. I won't. Is it RC Carano or Serrano? Number 5. I won't be happy until I see a picture of Lou, Glenn, and Eric at Tommy's and be part of the commercial. Trust me. After our little get together, there'll be a new thing that'll be made.
Oh yeah, hey dude, I have
doing it.
I have fun doing that stuff. I have fun doing it. Yeah, well, I'll put some stuff together. And with that, hey, you know what? Hey, let's let me bring these up, man. Let's bring up what exactly you did over these last couple of days. Here, let me bring them up here so it's easier to do here. Minimize them. All right, here we go. And let's bring up this one first. Bring that up. And I think we'd be ready to go. Window. There it is. Boom. Hey, who's this guy? Check it out. There's Lou. Super Bowl last week, man. I tell you what, you were a busy man, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. Back and forth, getting drivers for certain people. But you know what we'll do is we'll see how bright the chat is. So he's going to put up a photo, and it's either with one person or two. See if anyone knows who they might be.
Right.
If they're fans.
Let's see who can guess who this gentleman is. Anybody? Let's see, Lou. Let's see the first person in the chat who can guess who that player is that you're staying with. Or I should say former player, right?
Yeah.
Who is that, guys? Let's see who our football fans are out there. It ain't going to be me.
and I'll give one hint. He is wearing a 50th anniversary of the Seattle Seahawks. So obviously he must be an old Seattle Seahawk.
There we go. Someone said Ray Durham.
It's not Ray Durham. Ray Durham is a baseball player. He's actually a Hall of Fame.
Sean Alexander.
There you go. Very good.
Yay! Look at that. An Atlanta Braves
fan.
What's up, Travis? I seen you in here often. Appreciate that. There you go. He got it.
He was mobbed because down where we did the party across street from Levi's, it was probably 80-20 Seahawk fans over Patriot fans.
Oh, was it really? Well, because it's West Coast, probably. Right.
All right. Now the next one.
Do the next one.
Could be sort of tough. You guys might recognize one. I don't know about both.
A couple of guys are wearing the gold jackets too, aren't they?
Yeah, Hall of Famers. So they wear the gold jackets.
The gold jackets, Hall of Famers. Let's see what they got here. Take a gander. Boom. So who's that? Can anyone guess that? Here, let me zoom that in a little bit here. Hold on, where's it at? This one. Yep. Let's zoom it in a little bit. There we go. Can anyone guess those guys? And we all know it's Lou in the middle, so come on now. You need to have that gold jacket, right, Lou? Anyone can guess? Who are those two gentlemen? Oh my God, this guy, he ain't messing around. He knows his football, doesn't he?
Very, very good, Travis. So Warren Moon is on my right, the ball-headed guy, and then that's Thurman Thomas on the left. Warren Moon, an amazing college athlete. We talked a lot about his old coach. He was with Washington Huskies, won a national championship. He went to CFL, really, because back then, if you were African-American, you weren't going to play in the NFL. They just weren't, it was one of those things. So he went to Canada, broke all the records up there. He then also played for the Houston Oilers. I don't know if you guys know. Yeah, the Houston Oilers.
I remember the song. Remember the song?
With Bum Phillips. And then, of course, Thurman played for the Buffalo Bills. Never got the Super Bowl ring. He lost 3 years in a row. So still the only team to go. He went to 4 Super Bowls, never won it. But, great guy. And what we do is we have clients that buy tickets from us, and then we throw our own party before. So across from Levi's, there's the Hyatt, and then there's the Hilton. We had the Hyatt. We had 3 rooms that made up a ballroom there. And what's nice is these guys treat our clients like they're the ones that are important,
Wow.
and great with kids. We had a couple kids where one kid was being bullied. So the mom spoke to Warren and says, "Hey, what do I do?" And, he got down on one knee and spoke to the kid for like 15 minutes, said, "Hey, they're just jealous of your beauty, your looks, and your ability playing sports." And the kid was like something different, because obviously he'd never heard that, from his mom. But when you meet someone who's successful, and the kid was giving high fives, it was just amazing little thing that, Warren Moon did. And Thurman Thomas could not be more classy.
Earl Campbell, that was one of my dad's favorite running backs.
Of course.
Yeah, that guy, he's a big barbecue guy now, right? Isn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, we got some keen eyes. Who's bottle?
The bottle was Warren's.
Was it?
He used my line, and my boss sort of laughed. He goes, "It's the only woman that never lets me down." And I use that a lot. What type of beer do you want? I'll take Stella. She never says no.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But hey, Lou, thanks for sharing, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, guys. So that's what I do. And, there are some times where I won't be here. Like I go to the Masters every year for,
that's
for
coming
10
up
days.
soon, right?
And, we'll bring back some toys and gifts, like, maybe some Master flags that we'll give away to our chat. And,
Ooh,
we do stuff like that. And, March Madness. So if any of you guys ever need to like take care of someone that is pretty well off, or maybe is having a special birthday, any of the bucket list things, that's what I do, from the Derby, the Masters, Final Four, Super Bowls. Next year's Super Bowl will be in LA. So I know a lot of people in the chat were saying, "Oh, the Seahawks took over the Niners locker room and were smoking cigars." Well, first of all, if the Niners don't like it, maybe you guys should have beaten them, and you could have hosted the game. But next year it's in LA. So just so you know.
Nice.
So
you
that's sort of what I
travel?
do, and that's where I was gone. I'm sorry?
Do you travel if it's
so I'll be down there just for the Super Bowl weekend.
Gotcha.
Making something.
Cool.
But that's where I was. Travis, you were born in 80. It's okay. Last time I looked, it's 26 now. So you're getting up there, 46. You got 3 more years in the big 50.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
Paul, Glenn, he's taking care of his radio business tonight, so it's all good. It's all good. We got it, man. We got it locked down.
Why we got 3?
What, Paul? What? Me and Lou don't meet up to your standards or something? What the hell, Paul? Come on, dude. Come on, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he had her. Yeah. What's up, JG? Excited for Giant season? I tell you what, man. It's getting as we get closer to that date, the more excited I get. Hey, man, come on. We got guys at spring training facility getting ready for the season. Should be interesting. Oh, one other thing that Marty mentioned too. Said Patrick Bailey showed up a little chunky. So
didn't he just become a dad too?
I think so. But you know what? Maybe it's just
the late great Burgess Meredith said, "Women weaken legs." Well, when you have a newborn, it also weakens your legs.
Great actor, dude. He had some great. I love the old
the
Twilight
original
Zones.
Penguin.
Yep, the old Twilight Zones. Oh my God, he was great. Time Enough at Last. The Obsolete Man.
The Obsolete.
Oh,
very underrated actor.
Very. Yes.
Very, very
great
talented.
Stuff.
So.
Oh, where the hell? Oh, but then again, maybe it's more muscle. For the simple fact, hey, you got throughout a season, especially with the catcher, you lose weight.
Lose 30 pounds of water.
Right.
So monthly,
maybe
probably. That's
what you have to do. You got to have to account for that because you'll lose strength and you don't want to do that. It's got to be hard, man.
I think, Eric, too, what's amazing is I'm looking at the date. It's February 11th. I'd say in January 11th, we were probably on a scale 1 to 10 for the opening day, about a 5.
Yeah.
But in a period of a month, we made little moves that are adding up. Now you're hearing about these guys want to play for the Giants. Now I'm about like an 8.5. I mean, we talked about numbers. I know, Glenn said 72 wins. I think I said 77. But now I'm getting a little bit more, where if we can get a couple guys to have their years, anything's possible. So I'm pretty, I believe something special could happen this year. So
before we get out of here, I got to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Where do you put the chances? I hate to have to do this, but it has to be said. And I'm going to have a bad taste in my mouth after making this comment. What are the chances the Giants sign Max Scherzer sometime during the season?
I'd say about 55%.
Yeah.
As we all heard, Verlander is now back with Detroit.
He is.
Which I think is a good move for him, being a former Tiger. The thing with Max is it would only be a 1-year deal, but when he's right, he could be something special.
I get it, and that makes sense.
The only thing is, with our pitching, I'd rather have him for the whole season. And I have a fear where when guys know they're going to get picked up, practice. What's practice? I only worry about the game. And then they sign maybe May, June. It takes probably 4 to 5 weeks to get into playing shape mentally and physically.
Yeah. Correct.
So really, now you're talking, instead of 5 months, you're going to have him for 3, and it's almost a waste. And again, we're the Giants. We're not like the Dodgers where we're 8 deep in starting pitching.
Yeah.
Where you could do that with them. With us, but, I know he's a name. I know it's one of those things. But, to me, if you're going to do it, sign him in the next 2 weeks. Let us have the whole season for him. Not to say, we'll sign him in May or June. Because then the other thing, too, is when you get these young guys that are busting their ass trying to prove their point to get on the team, and all of a sudden they sign Max, and now you're basically back to AAA. That was one of the big problems with the Giants before Buster got here. We had a guy last year that everyone said deserves a chance. He never got out of AAA. And then all of a sudden I heard we got to keep him. No, we're going to trade him. And then Susan got on the air and says, oh, my God, everyone's talking about him. He was never traded. And a lot of these young guys, man, you can only blind man's bluff so many times. They want to prove a point. Let them. So
and maybe this is the plan all along. He can't pitch a full season, so you could go out there and you sign him either at the trade deadline somewhere around there, get him worked up, so then he's ready for that quote unquote home stretch. Because again, we don't know if Hauser and Malley and Roop can go a full season yet. They haven't done it yet, so let's see.
And a couple of these guys have only pitched, like 40 innings in the last 3 years. It's not like you have your 2 guys. The other thing, 2 guys, is you got to remember, Ray, it's his contract year. So either he's going to be lights out or the distractions are going to hurt him. It's one of 2 things. That's just how it is on contract years. Because he's thinking, oh, my God, I want to do – he almost tries too hard instead of just doing his job where he'll be rewarded.
Right. Orange Sea Lion, he goes, do you have Roop as the 3rd starting pitcher? No, I think he's going to be a little bit lower. 4th or 5th. I wouldn't be surprised if he's 5th. For the simple fact he's younger. Last year, his elbow was cranky, his knee was cranky. So I would have him in the 5th. But hey, who knows? I don't know. Look, Malley is another guy. He's got shoulder issues. So I could see Malley or Roop are going to be your 4th and 5. I think Hauser is going to be the number 3. That's my guess. Again, it could be totally off. It could be Roop with the number 3 for all we know. I don't know. We'll see. All right, Lou, good show. Let's get the hell out of here, man. Right?
Thank you, chat. Like always, you guys made it special. Good to be back.
Absolutely. We will be back Friday night, 8:00. Do it all over again. We'll see what we'll talk about. Again, looks like we might talk about Rafi Devers. Where the hell? Why is he being lost in all this talk about what the Giants are going to be doing in 2026? He's going to be a huge factor, guys, for the Giants. There's no doubt about it. He is going to be in the middle of that lineup. He's going to be at first base. Let's talk Rafi Devers on Friday, man. Let's do that. Unless something else pops up. And then he gets
amazing. 9 months ago, he was the biggest trade we've done in about 10 years. And a year
and
later,
now you don't hear nothing
talking about him. Yeah,
it's crazy. And again, we'll talk about, and again, maybe he gets pushed to the side, depending on what news is going out there with the Giants, right? But I want to talk Rafi Devers on Friday. Let's do it. All right, Luke, we'll see you Friday. And chat, you guys be good. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.
Guys. Good to see you guys. Welcome.
Exactly. And enjoy your Thursday. We'll see you guys Friday night. Do it all over again. Dance party Friday night. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.